Good afternoon, welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. My Monday afternoon stream here on the East Coast. Hot, sunny, humid day. Oh, thanks, Ange, you're very funny. That's interesting. Susan said she has the electric Big Shot, which came out before Tim's machine. Tim's went crazy because it looks like a little suitcase. So, you know, everybody had to have it. I'm going to try and reuse this tape because this is artist tape and it's expensive. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I should have taken it off. I'm not going to be able to. Should have taken it off one piece at a time. So if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching. This is being recorded live on ustream.tv/channel/music scrap. And I have a live chat here. And so I will be chatting with the people in the chat. So you feel free to fast forward past chatty parts because I don't edit. It's usually between 2 and 3 hours, and I would rather be doing art than editing a video. Although I don't not enjoy editing videos, I'm not going to do it. I would rather art. So I am taping down my image. I used my light box just to trace the shapes of the main elements of this beach scene. Very simple landscape. I am going to make the sky a little more blue than it is in the photo. I am doing a watercolor May. This is my second attempt at a recording because the first time I taped down my image, I taped it down upside down to my board. Everybody sat there and watched me do it, never said a thing. Great audience, aren't they? Hey, Travis. Nice to see you. Travis, yeah. I can't get to my window though, and I can't even really stand long enough now to trace it at a window. I could sit in it, but it was on sale on Amazon the day I got it, so instead of $72, I think I only paid $52 or something for it or whatever. Hey, Carrie. All right. So I need to see if I need to make any adjustments to... Okay, so this path comes all the way down here. That's too much. This is an eraser by, the ink's gone off it now. I think it's Derwent. Hey, Muse. Hello, hello. All right. First, my swatch card. Oh, I meant to clean that off. Of course, I put these in with glossy accents, but I guess I'm going to clean these out, and I'm not going to use them as mixing trays anymore. This is where I'm going to put my grams when they come in. Oh, one moment, please. I need to reach. There we go. So, sky. Most of it's covered by the tree, but I'm going to put little bits in behind the tree through the leaves. I guess I will use that for wetting. I'm going to need this one. I'm going to need a flat one. We'll see. I may want my angle. We'll see. I'll just put that in front. Okay. So, starting with some of these were mixed, so I didn't know what colors they were. I was swatching. I do have a big shadow today. That's weird. All right, Travis. See you later. Give me some fresh salad, please. I need some fresh salad. I get paid this week. Thursday or Friday. Ooh. Yay. Get some food. All right, or fresh food. I've got food. Got lots of food. Just don't have any fresh. All right. So let's wet. All right. Well, it's obviously not completely cleaned from when I used it last time. That's bad news. Oh, get that just a little bit this way, maybe out of my elbow range. It'll... Let's try that again. Still have some yellow ochre or something in this brush. That's not... Some of these in between spots. And even though this is only 25% cotton paper, I do find you have to kind of go over and wet it a second time. So I'm just putting in some breaks in the tree, you know, branches here. All right. So now I'm going in with my cobalt blue. Oops. Would help if I took the cover off my squirt bottle. And I also need to spritz my... Oh, for heaven's sakes, I've got 5 thumbs today. I can't use any. Okay. So I'm going to mix up. I really need to get my desk reorganized so that I have a plan. I have it all planned out exactly how I need it to you doing, Paws? Presto, I mean. I don't very often call her by the wrong name, but every now and then if I already fed you, so you can't be looking for food. You're trying to decide whether to get up on my knee, aren't you? Hmm? Taking out the little puddle that comes along the bottom there. We do, Presto. Now I've got some blooms here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save it. Darn it. Let's see. If I can push it up by the tree, then I can hide some of the blooms with the leaves later on. All right, so let's dry that and I can put another layer of blue on. Again. I think I'm going to add a little bit of cerulean blue to warm up this sky a little bit more. Cobalt blue's a warm blue, but cobalt blue is just a little bit warmer. I'm going in wet on dry. Oh, darn it. I think I just put that in my clean water. Wasn't too much blue left in it anyway. Oh, don't like that at all. See if I can get that blue back in there without causing a lot of trouble. And oh. I'm starting to think I really need to stick with painting glass. Or my clay things. What, Presto? What's going on, baby girl? What? Oh, and I'm way down underneath the... Wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat and it went way down underneath the... It's okay. I can make it work because the... I need to use the blue in the water anyway, so... Who's eating? What, Presto? No, I just fed you, so you can't be hungry again. You've got to start eating all at once instead of little bits and little bits. She's so used to having the food out all the time and can go and take 3 or 4 pieces and go back and take 3 or 4 pieces. Alright, so the water has a little bit more of, has some viridian in it. So I'm going to take my book here because I want to see my viridian page. It's actually my cobalt, my blues page that I want to see. Alright, so if I had put down a layer of marine blue and then my viridian over top of it will give me the color that I want because it's more of the marine blue at the horizon and then the other one drops in as we go. So still don't like what's happening there, but maybe I can fix it. I'm just wondering if should I do another layer on that sky first before I continue with the sea, with the water. Got to fix that spot, but I'm going to have to wet the whole sky in order to do it. It's not quite dry. Yeah, it's the same here, Ange. For narcotics. Alright, I'm going to use my smaller brush, though. Fold up my towel here. That will work better for my... I gotta cut off another piece of it. Okay. I'm going to use my smaller brush this time. My number 7, that's what I was going to say. I was pretty sure it was my number 7. I need some more cerulean blue. Try one more glaze. And I stopped too long again. So I'm probably still gonna get messed up. Darn it all. There we go. Now let's fix this. Oh. Don't want to do that. Jean, stay away from that. What are you doing? All right. All right. I just need to put a couple of little wee fluffy clouds right here. There. All right, Jean, leave it be. Just gonna do the one more right here, going off the page. Okay, so I need my marine blue. Marine blue. Hey, Debbie. Okay, so next, my marine blue. For the ocean. Love this color. This probably would be Patty's favorite color too. Oh, it's much more turquoise than it's showing on camera. Much more turquoise. It's like a deep, gorgeous turquoise. All right, and I need to have my Kleenex ready as well. Okay. Whoops. So now I need to go in. Where's my little scrubber? There it is. Oh, I gotta go back and see. Yay, Debbie. I bet Debbie has the shortest turnaround on Etsy of anyone that I know. I swear. Oh boy, this marine blue does not lift. That's good to know. I'm even scrubbing. So that means I'm going to have to use let's see if my bigger brush. Oh, there we go. All right, it's lifting. I was trying to be too delicate, I guess. Alright, so I need to do a bit of a glaze back here. I need to take more out here, but I think I'm going to wait. I need to dry this heat gun. It is, Debbie. Obviously, the marine blue is a staining color. It's lifting enough for now. Z sent me a koi watercolor Chinese white, but it really is too translucent to do this kind of effect. So I'm going to have to. It's all right. So what I need to do here is I need to wet this ocean, and I'm going to add some of my cobalt blue into it. To darken it up a little bit, but I want a nice watery glaze. And then rinse out my brush and go in and blend it. All right, so I'm going to try a little bit more now that it's dry, and then I'm going to go in. This 3/4 inch brush seemed to do a better job of lifting. That's what this is all about. Learning about your paints. I just have to know that when I'm using my marine blue from now on and I need to lift it up, I need to be much quicker about it. I have to do it while it's wet in that first layer. I mean, I could have used whatchamacallit as well, but I mean, that's okay because it's not great big huge waves anyway. It's just nice white caps, you know. It's not Hawaii with great big roaring waves coming in. Okay, so now to make it look a little more realistic, and I might do it with this brush. No, I'm gonna do it with a smaller round brush. Might use a liner actually. A detail brush, my number 2. Detail round brush. So going into my marine blue, I'm not going to use my Viridian at all, actually. I think I should. For my... Yeah. So, I need my Viridian. And I don't need it too watered down. I'm going to mix a little bit of the marine blue with that Viridian. Just want to brighten up the marine blue a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to do this... And I'm just going along with a damp brush along the top of that line. So that it wicks out a little bit. Don't need to wet my brush. Brush not wet enough so it won't release the paint. All right. Oh, there's a drip. I don't want to ruin my work here. Night, Ange. Get some rest. Oh, not bad, Jean. That's not bad. It's much more teal. It's much more like the color of the Caribbean than it's showing on here. A little bit more of a greeny blue. Dorothy, you were eating ice cream. Now you're eating chips. Oh my gosh. So not fair. I had some fish sticks and corn. Wow. Not even corn on the cob. Not yet. They have it, but I won't buy it. It's not cheap enough yet. Susan. Yay, Carrie. Yes, I usually put my palette on the right. If I had more space, I'd actually have this on the right as well, which is why I want to reorganize, because I'm kind of going back and forth. But yeah, it is a lot easier. It is a lot easier, Debbie, so you're not crossing over your work. Takes away potential accidents. Drips on your work and stuff like that. Okay. Now, let's see what other detail. Do I need any other details here? I didn't get my waves straight enough. Oh well. All right, so now I just need to get... It's okay, that we'll figure out once... Okay, that line brush can go up there. Okay, so that's sand. All right. So I'm going to dry that. I'm going to leave it for now. All right. Sand is let's see. Okay, since I have to use my more orange, let's find out what this is over here. All right, so that's burnt sienna and yellow ochre. So I'm going to use my yellow ochre and raw sienna for the beach then. Did I say burnt sienna or raw sienna? Because burnt sienna is this. So let's do a light coat of burnt sienna on this whole area. Well, Dawn, I'm the same way with a lot of fruit. Like, for example, apples, any pitted fruit, pears, and then kiwi. I can't eat unless they're zapped for at least 30 seconds in the microwave, in other words, or cooked, because I'm allergic to actually a protein that's in them. Same protein that's in birch pollen, and I'm quite allergic to birch pollen. Only with you, it's raw vegetables. Actually, carrots and celery are on the list for that I have to be careful of. So far, I can eat carrots and celery raw, but I have to watch out because at some point I may not be able to. Alright, so let's do a wet on wet for my first coat here. Actually, I think I'm going to do the tree and do everything with a coat of burnt sienna first, including my tree branches. Oh, but not that. Gosh darn it, I should have done that land first. Oh well, I didn't. Let's hope it won't load into that. It is. It is, and it's the same like some tree nuts, like Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, almonds. They have to be, oops. I can't eat those raw. Oh, the first medication that I had an allergic reaction to was sulfa. I was in grade 11 and I had a severe tonsillitis. And I had like 3 pills left to take. And I still remember I was at school and I started getting itchy. And I did not know what was going on. And I looked at my arms and I was just coated in a fine, fine, fine rash. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then within 5 minutes, I couldn't stand it. And so I said to the teacher, I said, I have to call Mom, something's wrong. And she looked at me and by then I think it was all over my face and everywhere because she was like, yeah, I think you have to call your mother. I called Mom and she got me right into the doctor, and of course it was an allergy. And he said if I had taken one more, I would have swelled up like a balloon. I had a rash inside my ears. I had it between my toes. I had it everywhere conceivable and not conceivable. Oh, and talk about itchy. Yeesh. think I need to put... It's alright, I have to go over it with dark anyway, so... Jean, stop it. You have to stop. You can't keep going over like this. Now, I was on clindamycin once with one of my many cellulitis infections. And I woke up in the morning, the clindamycin, I don't know, I had taken maybe 2 days worth of it. And I woke up and oh, the hives, oh my gosh, it was horrible. But not quite as bad. Like, I mean, I had them on my face, my lips were swollen. Yep, it was terrible. Now, however, my worst ever was my lisinopril. And lisinopril was one of the meds in a dual, I think it was mixed with Divan for my blood pressure. Thanks, Travis. And I had been taking this med for like 2 years. All of a sudden, I woke up with hives. And I knew right away. So I went into the ER. And they were like, oh my gosh. So they put me right on a Benadryl drip and everything. So the doctor in the ER said, oh, well, okay, it's probably not the lisinopril you're allergic to. It's probably the other half of the medication. Because it's so rare to be allergic to lisinopril. He could not believe that that's what I was. So he took the lisinopril and gave me just the other half of the meds. Can't even remember what it was now. Anyway, I woke up the next morning and my hives were worse. My face was so swollen you couldn't even tell I had a nose. My ears were swollen. I swear. It was awful. I walked into the ER and they grabbed me and took me right into acute care. Got me on the Benadryl drip and he goes, oh, I guess you're allergic to the lisinopril. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. Oh, no. Hey, Jen. Hi, Jen. No, I didn't see you come in. Hello. I was too busy telling my story, I guess, to notice you come in. I apologize. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my Viridian and Benadryl. My Viridian and Marine Blue mix. A very light mix of it. And I'm going to be ready with my... Oh, I guess I need a new Kleenex because that one's a little dirty. Because I need to pick up some foam here on the edge. Oh, darn. Now I've got my clean water dirty, too. Oh, I've been very good about that until today. Oh, it's getting windy out there. It's still clear, though. Thunderstorms are passing north of us, I guess. They were in a severe thunderstorm warning there a little while ago, north of us. McLinda's in the room. And I need to put a little cerulean blue over that because it's a little dark. It's a little too green. It's not at all what I want. All right. All right, so I need to gray this down a little bit. So I think I'm gonna have to add a smidge. Let's try permanent red. Spritz it. That is kind of what I want, but I'm going to have to really water it down. So I've got kind of like a Payne's gray now. I'm going to have to use a little bit of white over that. I'll have to use my white, hold on, what do I got here that might do it? I wonder if this will work. May not be white enough. This gray might work though, I wonder. There we go. I'm going to try my light gray. So let's dry this. Uh-oh. Stuck my hand in my watercolor palette. So I'm just going to try and get a little bit of this grayed down some. If this doesn't work, I'll have to actually use some white acrylic. I should have used this gray in the first place. I'm just coloring some onto my palette. Bye, Monique. Thanks for dropping in. Get some rest. All right, I'm going to leave that till it dries. So let's add... Oh no! I dragged my... Jeez Louise. These are Shinhan's, Travis. Shinhan. They're from South Korea. They're a fairly new company. And this is the top brand, the PWC, the Professional Watercolors. All right, so now let's do my next layer. I think I need more burnt sienna. That's all right. That'll get covered up. Need my larger brush. So this is wet on dry. My second layer. More. Love these paints. And I have a couple of Daniel Smith. Now I only have a couple, so I cannot comment on the whole. But of the couple of Daniel Smiths that I do have, Yellow Ochre and Xander sent me the iridescent moonstone and the duochrome emerald. And I do like them, but I do find that it's just an adjustment, but my Shinhans re-wet and reconstitute much more quickly than the Daniel Smiths do. They're wonderful to work with, Travis. Oops, hold on. My chat stopped. Okay. So, yeah. My front of the wave definitely is going to take some white. I may actually use my white. Do I have it here? Yeah, I think I'm going to use my white ink pit pen for the white along the shore, because it's a little more transparent than my white Posca would be, I think it might work just as well. But I have to do that at the very end. Okay, so heat gun. Now, I need to add in a little detail here. I am going to do a coat of yellow ochre on the beach part, on the sand part, to brighten it up a little bit. Because I want it to be, obviously I want it to be brighter than this pathway that's here. I think I have to put my tree, actually I might put my tree in right now, or part of it. I need to put in the dark of my tree trunk first before I do anything else. That way I can see better what I need to paint around. So I'm going to use burnt umber. Oops. I'll probably have to do a layer of indigo too, but I'll start with my burnt umber. I like to put my darks in, or at least the beginning of my darks. Ooh! And I got a little over exuberant with that branch. At least I know burnt umber picks up. Next, I have to do that mountain in behind because I keep messing up. So, I need some cerulean blue. I have a little cerulean left over here. And I need to put a little bit of cobalt violet with that. A little more than that. There we go. All right. It's a very nice purple for this back part here. And I need to fix and I'm going to fix that by putting in a very dark, distant. I've got to fix my my horizon's totally still not straight. Jean. Well, that didn't work out well, Jean, did it? Oh, it's hot. I should have put my fan on. I got to get my... Thanks, Jen. I'm totally goofing this part up, though. Totally. Totally messed that up. Because that looks really stupid. I was trying to straighten up my horizon line and I messed it up. Well, that sucks. Should have just left it. All right, it's back to my number 5. Seven, I mean, oops. I don't know. I can if I go over it with my watercolor ground. I'll see. If I go over it with my watercolor ground, then I can redo it with my watercolor. Yeah, but it shouldn't be that dark, because see, this one goes farther away. Alright, so now I need my sap green. I need to make a little room on my palette here. I can put watercolor ground over that spot and fix it. Crystal. Well, thank you for that encouragement, Crystal, but... Okay, so... Sap green. And I'm going to bring down just a little bit of burnt sienna into that sap green just to dull it down a little bit. Okay, that's good. It turns it just a little bit olive. All right, but I need some of this mauve, well, it's mauve, it's cobalt violet light, because I need to mix a little bit of green in with that for this part. And then go into the sap green for this part. Susan. Well, right now my shelving units aren't cluttered. I still have the clutter around that I was supposed to clean up this weekend and didn't. Because I didn't. All right, let's do another coat of green. All about the layers. Even though this green part's all messed up back there, but that's okay. It'll look like it's in the shade, even though it's not really close to the tree. So I'll blend that by taking this layer of green right over the teal or violet. Oh, and it must not have been quite dry because it just all picked up. Dang it. That's all right. I'm just going to drop in some more. And leave it be. Yeah, too much water in my brush. Now, I think I'm safe. All right. Heat gun. Now I need to go in with some sap green mixed with my shadow green, shade green I should say. Alright, so I've still got I'm going to get rid of this little bit of cobalt violet so it doesn't infect my green here. So sap green. And my shading green. And my smaller brush. Number 2 round detail brush. Easy. Were your ears burning? They were talking about you in your craft room. And all your stuff. Heat gun. Oh, you guys are going to Australia? Oh, man. I'd love to go to Australia. And I think I'm going to go in with just a little bit of just the straight first of all right along the shoreline. And then just in a couple of little places here. In this part, the closer part that would have a little more detail. Not great, Z. It's really, really, really transparent. So it doesn't really help a whole lot. It does lighten colors a little bit, but it doesn't show up as white, unfortunately. But the other two, the Daniel Smith colors, are lovely. Like when you go to put the koi on, if you put it on nice and thick, it looks like it's covering, and then the minute it dries, it's like there's nothing there. All right. Alrighty. That's looking okay. Don't mind that. Still lots of layers to go here. I think I'll leave the leaves of the tree to the very end. Let's see. All right, so next I need a coat of yellow ochre on the beach part. So let's make a little space here. Yellow ochre. I'm going to stick that there. That's a scrubber. All right, yellow ochre. Sorry, I had to have a drink of coffee. All right, yellow ochre. To brighten up this sand. Make a nice puddle here. Whoa. Okay, so it goes down. Doesn't matter. The branches coming up over that are darker anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to make sure I have it far enough down. Just warms it up a little bit. Okay. Oh, what's Eileen eating now? Oh. Salmon, rice, and green beans. I can eat salmon if I have to. It's not my favorite fish by any means. But, yeah, rice and green beans, oh yeah. Alright. Don't worry, I still have to fix up this. I need to add some white into this part here. Okay, so that's all I need for that. So now I need to add some detail into the sand here using some nice straight burnt umber, or burnt sienna, I mean. It's almost like there's a line of sand where the tide comes in. That's left a little dark kind of ridge there. Stones and then over here there's a darker patch. Damp brush so I don't have a harsh edge there. There we go. Just putting a little bit of burnt umber in as well. A little added depth there. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need a layer of burnt umber over this. And needs to go on wet the first layer. Oh, I can't see my line for the path. Alright, so I think that does the trick. I think that gives me my shape there. And that path comes right down there because I don't want to go over the path with my burnt umber. burnt umber. Thanks, Eileen. I forgot to open links when I started. I don't mind if they stay open as long as Eileen's there to keep her eyes open in case. I don't have as many people at my streams as Dee Dee does to need to worry about lurkers. Now, hopefully I can do this before it all dries. I want to get my fan brush and purposely pull them apart and got a little bit anyway. A little bit of that whole grass scene coming in there. Get it back to its nice normal shape there. Uh-oh, Jillian. Ooh. Hey. Heat gun. Oh, I'm going to have to clean my, do a cleaning off the heads of my printer because it's printed lines. I didn't even notice that. Well, because it's going to get darker anyway, so it doesn't matter. The tree trunk's going to be darker than everything else. So it doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to go in. I'll see if I can do it with my larger brush here. And go in and add some detail here with my burnt umber. So I'm going to make it a little bit less runny so that I can control a little bit more where the pigment goes. Try and use this big brush, but just use my... I didn't get this path shaped very well. Darn it. Where's my... I think I need to go down a brush, down to my smaller brush. I'm not good enough yet to control that big brush. Maybe someday. Enough water. Don't be scared of the water, Jean. And my next one, I'm going to have to add some indigo in to darken up my dark burnt umber, I mean. And I need to get some more golden over that. I'll fix that in the next round. Okay. I've got about a half an hour before it's Debbie's time. So we don't know. All right, I'm just going to focus on this part right now. So I need to go a little darker into my, let's try this. Heat gun. What's for supper, Jillian? So, I have to take my burnt umber. Well, that sounds good, Jillian. Thanks. Bye, CB. Have a good supper. All right, I'm going to need a little bit more because I'd rather have too much than not enough, as they say. And I need my indigo spritzed again. So I'm going to got my burnt umber in a fairly thick mix, like a whole milk mix. And I'm going to go into my indigo. I'm going to put it over here. And then mix it into my burnt umber. And I put a little bit too much in because I was holding it slanted, so more went in than I wanted. So I'm going to wipe that up and add some more burnt umber. Okay, Jen. No problem. See you at Debbie's. I think I need more water. Oh no. I'm like, where did it go? Where did it go? I need it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. This went up a little too far there. All right. Oh, Jean, don't do that, silly girl. All right, hold on. I'm trying to do vertical brush strokes so that it still gets that grass look. All right, need to do another mix. Good. I know someone wrote me something, but I can't. I want to get into this part right here, right now. There, it's a little bit of a better shape. And then it goes right into the shadow here. I need to add some burnt umber into this mix. Oh, darn it. It's too dirty. Hold on. Hold the fort. Where's mine? I need a baby wipe because I don't know where my wet one went. Baby wipe. Alright. I need some burnt umber. Or burnt sienna. I need some burnt sienna here. Bye, Julian. See you later. And then I need to bring this up so that it kind of goes in as a shadow. Bring up the burnt sienna, burnt sienna. Alright, now I need to go in with my smaller round brush. And my dark mix. And I need to do a little bit of a me either, Dot. I don't know, to me, just by looking at it, it just seems to be the way it needs to be done. I don't know. It's probably not right, but I'm doing the leaves very last. I don't know. All right. Because I just feel like I need to add these areas. Okay, so I don't know why, but I just do. So I still need to add a glaze of my yellow ochre over this part, but I have to get all the darks in before I can do that glaze of yellow ochre. Could be wrong, but I guess I'll figure that out, won't I? Could be completely the wrong way to do it. But who knows? I like to do things my own way. And very often it ends up being the hard way, so who knows? Oh, I think I just stuck my arm in my painting. I did. All right, so I think I am now ready for my yellow ochre glaze over this part. Who knows? It could be a mess. Last week was a disaster. The last time I tried the sunset, it was a total disaster. So who knows? It could still be a total disaster. I still don't like the way this walkway is. It has to be dark here. I'm going to go back to my bigger brush. And I'm going to use... Wow, I don't know if you guys can hear the wind, but it's just a bit breezy here. Sky's completely blue, but it's breezy. All right, yellow ochre. Wash of yellow ochre over this part. Path needs, let's see if the path needs it. I don't know if the path needs it or if it needs some more burnt umber. I don't know. I think it needs some more burnt umber. I'm going to dry it. Ha, Eileen. Well, at least I'm streaming, Eileen, unlike some other people. I know. Yes, and I know. You did 2 streams. Well, 3 streams. Only 2 are still on recording, but you know. All right. There we go. I like that. Yeah, that's good. Leaving it alone. Leaving it alone. Okay. Now I need to work on the trunk. Oh, hold on. Joan, do not. I encourage her. Come on, really? Alright, so tree is going to be this nice burnt umber mix. But I think I'm going to add just a little bit of my shading green. Just so it has a different... I have a slight problem here that I need to fix between these two branches. I need to get some more green in there. So I'm going to see if I can lift enough of that brown so that my green will show up. I did not go down far enough with my green. There we go. That did the trick. All right. Hey, Kimberly. All right. So to finish these tree branches, I'm going to need some more burnt umber. Thanks, May. More burnt umber, and then a lot of indigo. So I need a darkest layer here on these branches. Oops, that was not enough. I need to wet it again. My water is evaporating very quickly today on my paints and such. And I think a little bit more. And back in for a little bit more burnt umber. And bring it to life or death, one or the other. Some days I bring it to death. In the picture, this is basically totally a, there's a little color in the branches, but not much. So I'm just adding a little, it's my art, right? So I'm just adding a little bit of life to it. Thanks, Susan. Well, you never know, Eileen. I still want to do that one that Lindsay did. You know, the one that kind of was like Andy Skinner-ish, like the watercolor. I guess she called it a pour, but it was with watercolors. It was just a very... I'm getting to the end of the ability of this paper to take layers. So I have to stop. Except I just need to add a little bit more shape right there. I will. One of these days. I'm going to use my Sargent Art liquid watercolors. Alright, I like that. So stop while you're ahead. I am going to turn this around. I'm going to dry this. I suppose Debbie's ready. Is Debbie ready to go? Because I can finish this offline. Alright, sap green. Gonna need a good mix here. Put some water on. Hey Paula! Woohoo! Debbie, you ready? Do you mind if I try and finish my leaves here? I know it's kind of your time, but I just have to do my leaves and add some white to the edge, and then I'm done. Do you mind? Or you can start and I'll just keep going and... going to be a bit of a dirty wash here because my water was a little bit dirty on my brush, but that's okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I never know how long it's going to take for me to do these. I mean, some people can whip up this kind of a painting in like an hour, but I can't do that yet. Don't know if I'll ever be able to. Okay. Here we go. And even my clean water is now dirty. Oh well. Let's go in and wet my leaf area here. Oh, really? Debbie's working on hair number 2 for today. Well, at least she's 2 hours behind me, an hour behind Eastern, so it's earlier for her, so it's not going to put her into late night streaming by me going an extra half hour or so. Okay. Alright. I've got my green mix here. Let's go in and see what happens. Usually like to do wet on wet for my first wash because I just like the way the paint goes down. So it's just going in with my thirsty brush, picking up along the edge there. Anywhere else there's puddles. Not a big deal really if you get blooms on leaves, because it just gives you some gives you some texture anyway, but now not much of the leaves is going to be this color in the end. Not many. Yay! Paula did lines and circles last night. Woohoo! Well, I did my homework for you, Paula. Paula gave me homework last night. Hey, Paula, do you want to see? I showed this at the beginning, my swatch book, because I'm adding to it. So, I finished my, I finished swatching my glazes of my Shinhan's, my own. All right, so those glazes are all swatched. Of course, you're sending me M grams. So I'm not going to glaze my M grams with my Shinhan because I can't be bothered. But I am going to glaze my M grams that you sent me. So the base color I'll put here. And then these will all get the base color plus a glaze of this second color. Woohoo, Paula. All right, so each page, so this is a color, 2, 3, 4, so I have 7 pages for my glazing. But then when I do my mixing, for my mixes, I am going to do my M grams and my Shinhan. So up here is the dominant color, and then mixed with a little bit of this color. So this is the dominant color, this is the mix. I know, Paula. But then it'll all get Coptic bound together because I'm taking the book apart to bind it again. So let's finish off my leaves here. I did show that earlier, but then I canceled the recording because I made a mistake. Paula, when I first taped down my page to my board, I taped it down upside down. I had all 4 sides taped, was ready to go, and I couldn't see any of my lines. Nobody bothered to tell me that I did it upside down. A lot of good my friends are, huh? Geesh. So my yummy sap green, it's my favorite, of course. Mixed in with some shading green this time. Oops, I need some more water. So I've got 1 shade darker here. And it's a little thicker so that I can go in with some color here. Like I said, not much of the sap green is going to show in the end, but it is going to be my lightest lights. What? Me making you guys work? Paula's the one that gave me work. Sheesh. I didn't make anyone do work. today? Not me. That's true, Eileen. That is true. That was back when I was still kind of new at stuff, and I thought, Dee Dee knows everything, right? So she told me to do it, and I did it. Thank goodness UT remelts, and I was able to save my poor cuckoo clock die. Would have been a very sad day if I had not been able to save that die. Dee Dee would have been out a little money. Dee Dee was sweating bullets. She's like, oh my goodness. So I'm going back in with my dry brush here. And next layer is all shading green. So most of this is going to be pretty dark. Just trying to get a little bit of texture. Actually, I used it once since on a card, Paula. But now that I have my dies all organized, I can use them. All right. So now, I'm going to take shading green. It's very dark. There's a little bit of sap green in there still. I want it a little thicker though. All right. Oh, yeah, that's true, Eileen. I still need to get a little more green in that. It's too much water. Once I'm done this layer, I'll turn it right side up so I can have a look at it from that point of view and see what I need to do from there. Brush is getting too dry. Need more paint. Turn it around, see what I got. Ooh, doesn't look too bad, actually. Just need a few more darks. So I'm going to dry this gun. Yeah, that was a good stream. Paula and citrus salt. Need we say more? So just a little bit more dark on my leaves here, Deborah. And then I actually think I need to do another little bit of green on that down there too. Thanks. All right, so now this time I'm going to make my shadow green quite thick. Just whatever water is in my brush. Is it passing your muster, Dot? Even though you didn't understand my order, because I don't understand my order either. I just look at the colors and I put the colors on as I think I need to put the colors on. This branch here would be in the shade of these other branches, so it does need to have less lights and more darks. Alright, so once I finish this, I just need to fix my waves at the shoreline. And I'm going to use some white Pit Pen ink, I think. I am going to do. Need to wet my brush again. But only using the little bit of wet in the well and then whatever water's in my brush. That way I can control and it's not going to flow as much when it goes on. Give me some oops, it's getting a little too far away from me. Whoops, that was a mistake, but luckily it didn't hurt my painting at all. Little hand-eye coordination problem. I was a little closer to the painting than I thought. So I actually ran into the painting before I thought I was going to. Oh well. Luckily it was in a spot that actually needed the paint. Alright. Good. I like this. I like what it's looking like. It looks good. Ta-da! Yay, I like my tree. I think it looks good. Thanks, Carol. Hey, Crystal. Well, we're glad you found us, too. I'm almost one of the originals after, like, Dee Dee, Paula, and Julie Topaz, and Carrie. And then I found them shortly after Dee Dee started streaming, and Paula. All right, heat gun. Thanks, Eileen. Thanks, Dot. Thanks, Kimberly. All right, now as you can see, I put a lot more detail in it than in the picture, but I didn't want a silhouette, so because I lightened up the sky, it meant I brightened up the day, so there needed to be a little more color. Thanks, Bunny. All right, so now I just need to fix the shoreline, and I do not want to use this right on the watercolor because I don't know if it'll ruin the tip. So I need to use my little brush, and I need to scratch it onto something plastic but something clean. So I'm going to get a brand new paper plate here, or plastic plate, and alright, so I'm going to color some ink onto my plate. And then we'll see if this works. If not, I'll have to use my Posca. But I'm just thinking this is not quite as... All right, so I'm going to have to... Where's my other one? There it is. This is clean water, so I'm going to actually go into this. Since it's white, I want it to be clean. I want it actually to be white. All right, so... Oh, I don't know if that's going to work because... No, it's not opaque enough. All right. White Posca it is. But I can't use this brush because I do not use this brush. I probably shouldn't have used it on that ink. Well, I guess it's ink, so I have to use one of my acrylic brushes here. Eileen. Funny, funny, funny. She's lucky I wasn't in her class because I wouldn't have been able to hold back. I wouldn't have been able to hold my tongue. I would have done it right there in class and did exact, you know. I should have, to make it a pure watercolor, I would have had to, all right. I would have had to mask off this white.